Okay. So, what? What I have to deal with. Now, the reason I have this on is because, you know what? I'm leaving this in here. Hey, what? Okay. I am back. No interruptions or disruptions. Oh, Odie. Okay, you know what? We're gonna have up here. Give me a good boy. Good. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Give it. We got good boy. Oh, we did good boy. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, come on. Stand up. Stand. Stand. Come here. 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 Yeah, he's special sometimes. Okay, okay. He's also really, really hyper. That's a good boy. Oh. Give me Odie. Come. Give me Odie. Good boy. No. You're a little punk. Come here, Odie. Come here, Odie. Oh my god. Come here, Odie. 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 Really now. He won't even let me put a collar on him unless we're actually going for a walk. What, Bubba? You're a good boy. Did you want to go for a walk, Bubba? Did you want to go for a walk? You better come here. Come here. Pickle for what? Okay. So I haven't been on in like forever, and a lot of you guys have actually noticed. I feel like, oh, here. I feel like a lot of you have noticed that, oh my god, no, that I have not been live and that, or alive, or the fact that I haven't been here. I'm fine. Oh man. So no, Odie, stay. Back in the crate. Odie. Okay, but yeah, I haven't been live here and I haven't really, you know, what is it, Odie? And I haven't really, yeah, and I also changed my entire YouTube name to my dog because you know, I wanted her to feel the love and I wanted her to feel special. Okay, now this is like, those of you who are wondering, like, why did you make your dog a service dog and why did you give her a YouTube? Well, that wasn't the only thing I did for her. Of course, because I am a dog mom and a cat mom. Beings, she is a service dog in training still. I have spent over $400 on her, and right now she's actually doing really well with her training. And yes, in the ADA law, it does say that we are allowed to owner train them or handler train our own service dogs, and we can turn our house pets into service dogs, but I do that based on how they act outside of the house. So, like, any of the dogs would have been great, but I decided to do my own dog because I don't get to spend a lot of time with her. I didn't used to spend a lot of time with her because I was so busy all the time. So that was one reason. The other, I also have a cat. Yeah, the other reason was because she helps me cope with my disorders, which would be anxiety and social anxiety so far. Honestly, it's like the worst thing. Like, some of you might actually say, oh, you know, people with anxiety, a panic disorder, stuff like that, you know, you guys don't need a service dog, you can just cope with it with medicine. No, that is not the case, because one, I haven't tried medicine. I'm still iffy on the medicine part. What is she doing? That's one thing. Two, the techniques that my counselor outside of school had told me to do, they're not working, and my dog, she actually helps me a lot. She does DPT, which is deep pressure therapy, and you guys are probably thinking, like, why do you need a service dog? You don't look like you look like you're fine. You don't look like you have a disability or a disorder or anything like that. But, like, not all disabilities are visible, so it's kind of rude and offensive to us that do have a disability that isn't visible at all. So it's like, oh god, no. No. So like I look like I'm fine, but like half the time I'll have like a panic attack or something like that, and she'll do DPT, or she'll do whatever she can to help me or try to help me. Like, I actually got her to alert me a couple of times for a fake anxiety attack, which was awesome. And I didn't even teach her anything, so it was great. And I was like, awesome. And then, because I am owner training her, it is going to take a little bit of time, but it won't take that long. Because she learns fast, and she'll pick things up within that. So it was like, okay, cool, chill, as no one is watching. Can't blame anyone though. But yeah, after this live stream, I'm gonna have my phone charged, and then whenever we get to our first destination, I'm gonna videotape, because I have run into a couple of issues with her, with like whenever she's with me, and it honestly makes me upset how people are not educated on service dogs. And yes, I'm sick. Don't judge. So it's so weird. And then like I've come into a couple of complications a lot actually with her. Like one time I walked into this store, and it was a dollar store, and she had her vest on and everything. She was good to go, and of course she's still training, so she's gonna be a little bit more curious because she hasn't been to some places. So I was like, okay, let's go into here, because I was trying to be kind to my mom after her dog died. And the cashier looked at me, and then he's like, and then he looked at her and he was like, you know, dogs aren't allowed in here, right? And he's like, I don't care, dogs are not allowed in here. So now, because he said that, I have been trying to find a reason to go in there and then spite him, you know, have revenge, bite him in the butt, because he cannot deny me access. And if he does try to deny me access, I can always call the cops on him, because that is against the law. And what he did was completely out of character, and I'm guessing he was not educated on the ADA law, which is Americans with Disabilities Act, and that law was passed so many years ago, and yet people are still not educated on that. They think that they can do whatever they want. They think that they can kick somebody out just because they have a service dog. They think a service dog is not like a real service dog half of the time. Like, chill out. If my service dog acts out, as in they use the restroom or they bark or growl at somebody in a store, then they automatically have to leave, because that is acting out and they're working. So my dog hasn't done that, which I am really glad about. I have gotten her used to people more. I take her to Target a lot and Walmart, and she loves Walmart and Target, and it's so weird. But she's pretty calm. I take her to the pet store sometimes whenever I feel the need or want to spoil her and be a good mama, or my cat. But you know, I take her to a lot of places so she can get used to being around big groups of people, and so she doesn't have to worry about, you know, so she doesn't have to worry
that something is going to go wrong or da 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 da, as long as she is right there, then I know I'm going to be in good hands, or in this case, Paws. But she really helps me though. Um, she knows, I feel like she already knows what happens whenever I do go into an anxiety attack or panic attack, whatever you guys want to call it. Um, and it's a good thing because I love her to death. And hold on. Turning these bad boys sideways because, oh my god. And she does do her best when it comes to helping me, and I really do appreciate it. It's just when people interfere with it, she can't help me, and then she gets distracted. Like 2-3 weeks ago, I was at Target with her, and I was still, like, I was training her. I was getting her used to jumping up on my chest, going between my legs and sitting, and like touching her nose to like the bottom, my bottom back, so like below back, somewhere in that region. And then a lady wants to get close to us and act like she's looking at the shelf that is like right next to us. And so I go to take my dog away and then turn her around away from the woman. So my back is on the woman and I'm teaching her, and then she tries to talk to my dog and I'm just like, okay, maybe she'll stop. And then she tries asking me a whole bunch of questions about her, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, because I clearly, and it, okay, I didn't, whenever that happened, I did not have any patch that said that you can't talk to them, no distraction, da 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 da. But now I do, and I'm glad I do, because there is some people that do try to talk to her, and it does get on my nerves because I had an interaction in JCPenney's, and I had to tell the woman, and I meant to say it in a polite way, but it came out somewhat rude, which I didn't mean to. But this cashier at JCPenney's, while I was walking in and going to leave so I can go around the mall, she was like, oh, hi puppy, you're a cute baby, and she leaned over the counter. So I turned around instantly and told her, could you please not talk to her, she's working. And then she instantly got offended. I could tell she did. So that was like a weird thing for me to encounter, actually, with the fact that she got offended because I told her not to talk to my dog, which I can understand, because once you see a dog, your main objective would be to say hi to the dog or try to pet it and stuff like that, when you're not supposed to do that. You are supposed to ask to pet the dog. The handler does not have to say yes, but they can say no. So if the handler says no, that doesn't mean to push your way into forcefully petting the dog or trying to talk to it or distract it in any way, because it interferes with them working and it makes it harder for them to help their handler. Like with me, if I went into a straight panic attack and it got so bad that I ended up passing out, she wouldn't be there to help me get out of it. But she would be distracted and she just wouldn't know. Okay? But yeah.